What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and this video mainly will be about Marc Guehi and Liverpool's long interest in him. And it looks like Crystal Palace are dropping their asking price for Marc Guehi, but Liverpool are having other centre-back targets in case Crystal Palace want to ask for too much money, because with Marc Guehi having less than 1 year left on his contract, Liverpool don't want to pay over the odds for him. And we will also have major updates on the Isak transfer saga and all the latest transfer news about Liverpool. So if you are excited about this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here so you never miss the daily updates around Liverpool's transfer news. So Crystal Palace, it looks like, are reducing their asking price. Last season they didn't even sell Marc Guehi for 65 million pounds, and it looks like, according to BBC's Sami Mokbel, journalist, reporting that Crystal Palace value Marc Guehi at 40 million pounds, and Liverpool would be looking to pay even less than that. So they are waiting for Crystal Palace to drop their asking price further, and the ongoing reports are saying that Crystal Palace are willing to negotiate, along with that crazy valuation that Crystal Palace had for Marc Guehi. You know, Liverpool of course didn't want to do a deal at 50 or 60 million, because in theory Marc Guehi can sign for Liverpool as a free agent next summer, but then Liverpool risk Marc Guehi going to another club, because then a lot of clubs can just offer Marc Guehi big contracts without paying a transfer fee. So I think the best case scenario would be Liverpool signing Marc Guehi towards the end of the transfer window for around 35 million pounds, with Liverpool selling Jarrell Kwanzaa and Joe Gomez being injury prone. Liverpool going into the season with just Van Dijk and Konate fit is less than ideal. And yes, we have Endo and Robertson who can play centre back, but it's abundantly clear that Liverpool cannot go into the Premier League season with just these centre back options that Liverpool have right now, because then no matter how good Liverpool's attack and midfield are, if you can see too many goals, because if Konate or Van Dijk gets injured, then what? Our options behind them are less than, stellar, less than world class. So I think Liverpool signing a very experienced Marc Guehi would be basically shoring up the defense, and that's the last area where I think Liverpool have a weakness. And I'm a little bit disappointed that Jorel Hato, who is a very young, very big talent, and Liverpool were interested in him, but maybe Liverpool weren't prepared to pay the 35 million pounds that Chelsea are paying for him. It looks like he's on his way to Chelsea. Liverpool have other options, other centre-back targets. Wolfsburg's Konstantinos Kourelakis is on the shortlist for Liverpool. He's a young Greek centre-back, and Parma's Giovanni Laoni, who is also a young centre-back talent for Liverpool's talent centre-back target. And Liverpool are scouting these centre-backs. The third one is Club Brugge's Joel Ordonez. He has the added experience of playing in the Champions League with Club Brugge, and Wolfsburg also play in the Bundesliga, but the Parma defender is probably the least experienced out of all the three players. And Ordonez, who played for Bruges at just 21 years old, he already started 12 games in the Champions League last season as Club Bruges knocked out some big teams from the Serie A, and they had a really good run. Kourelakis represents a better left-sided centre-back option. His left foot adding balance to Liverpool's backline potentially. Laoni is just a huge prospect. He's just 18 years old, and he already made 17 appearances for Parma, but yeah, he's very raw, inexperienced, and I'm not sure he would be a good fit for Liverpool given how young and inexperienced he is. And at centre-back you need somebody who is much more experienced and much more ready for Premier League football. And if we sign this young Parma centre-back, I'm not sure if it's the best case scenario for him to sit on the bench most of the time. I'm not sure if he would develop there very well. Ordonez is from Ecuador, and he could be the best option for Liverpool. Both Ordonez and Kourelakis are both 21 years old, same age as Kerkez. Ordonez excelled in the Champions League last season, and that is very valuable experience. And as fourth choice centre-back, I think Liverpool could do a lot worse than getting him. But Martin Hardy, who is a correspondent and a journalist for the Times and the Sunday Times newspaper, is reporting that Newcastle are set to revive their interest in Marc Guehi, and they are looking to turn around what has so far been a disastrous transfer window. So Liverpool can't wait too long. Yes, Marc Guehi wants to sign for Liverpool, that's clear. But if Liverpool are not actively looking to sign him, then that deal might become quite difficult to do. So Liverpool can't wait too long to approach Marc Guehi, and especially to approach Crystal Palace. Right now we are focusing on, selling Darwin Nunez and buying Alexander Isak, of course. The latest is Vinny O'Connor of Sky Sports is reporting that AC Milan have made an approach for Darwin Nunez, and they made an approach to Liverpool. AC Milan are trying to sign Darwin Nunez, and contact has now been made between the clubs. Of course, there is no official offer yet, and there are other interested clubs, including Al Hilal. But I think if it was a choice for Darwin Nunez, he would choose AC Milan. The problem is Milan don't have a lot of money, so there could be a loan deal for Darwin Nunez with an option to buy him by AC Milan, but I don't think that helps Liverpool too much, because loaning out Darwin Nunez further diminishes his value. I think right now Liverpool are exploring other options. There is also a potential scenario where Liverpool offered Darwin Nunez in the Isak deal. I heard that 85 million plus Darwin Nunez maybe could help Newcastle be convinced that they would let Isak go. And I think Darwin Nunez would actually do really well at Newcastle, because they play the style of football that suits Darwin Nunez. Very physical, very fast-paced, counter-attacking style. I think he would do well at Newcastle. I'm just not sure if they are interested in him. The latest update is that Newcastle had bids accepted for Benjamin Šeško by Leipzig, but the problem is Man United also had a bid accepted for Benjamin Šeško by Leipzig. So now it's up to the player, Benjamin Šeško. Who will he choose? Newcastle or Man United? I just have a feeling that he will choose Man United, because they are just a more historic club and they can probably offer bigger wages to Benjamin Šeško. And Newcastle don't want to wait around too much because they need to move on to other targets if they can't get Šeško. So Newcastle want an answer from Benjamin Šeško within 48 hours. They are confident that they have reached an agreement with Leipzig. The improved offer was 80 million euros, and they have no plans to allow this transfer saga to drag on to the second part of the week. So Man United are still in the race, because they got a former offer accepted as well by Leipzig. So basically now it's up to Benjamin Šeško on whether he wants to go to Newcastle or Man United. The latest update on Alexander Isak is that yesterday he spent 3.5 hours at the Newcastle training ground, but the players weren't there because they just returned from the pre-season Asia tour, and he has been getting treatment for his thigh issue. Yesterday that was the rumor, but today it was revealed that he has no injuries. Today Isak has been just in the building to talk with Eddie Howe, the Newcastle manager. And also it was revealed that yesterday at the Liverpool Athletic Bilbao game, Alexander Isak's agent was present in the stadium, so he probably met with Liverpool officials as well, which is very interesting and very curious. So this deal is gathering momentum, so we shall wait and see what happens next. We have an update on Ben Doak. David Lynch reported that Ben Doak is attracting major interest from multiple Premier League clubs. West Ham and Wolves are keen. Liverpool rejected £20 million offers from both Ipswich and Crystal Palace in January, and probably Crystal Palace are interested in Ben Doak as well. And I think Liverpool want at least 25 to 30 million for Ben Doak. If you can't get that for him, then it's better to loan him out and for him to develop and grow and keep his stock high. I think maybe loaning him out to a Wolves or a West Ham would actually be a good move. Especially if he gets loaned out to Wolves, I think he could play a lot there and maybe at Crystal Palace as well. And also Bayern Space, who revealed a lot of information about the Florian Wirtz to Liverpool transfer saga and why Bayern Munich missed out on him, he revealed something very interesting about Luis Diaz going to Bayern Munich. So he revealed that the Luis Diaz transfer was orchestrated entirely on Liverpool's terms, with Bayern Munich left to follow along. Richard Hughes controlled the negotiations from start to finish, setting the framework and never letting go of the upper hand. But on Bayern's side, Dresden led the talks, but he lacked the authority and the leverage or instinct to shape the deal. Hughes quickly secured clear signals from Diaz's entourage that the player would be open to a move to Saudi Arabia in the near future. So armed with that information, Liverpool insisted on a significant sell-on clause that would allow them to benefit substantially from any future transfer. So of course Bayern faced internal pressure to deliver a big name signing after missing out on Florian Wirtz, and they lacked serious alternatives, so they accepted the structure as it was presented to them. The final agreement was a base fee of 72 million euros and with another 9 million euros in add-ons. So that's 81 million euros, and the add-ons are pretty easily achievable. So that's almost a guaranteed 81 million euros. That's 70 million pounds. For a 28-year-old Luis Diaz, that's I think a great deal for Liverpool. It's a good deal for Bayern as well because they get a very, very good player. And if the Luis Diaz goes to Saudi in 2 or 3 years and Bayern sell him for big money, then with the sell-on clause inserted, the total transfer fee and the sell-on clause money, it could go up to 90 to maybe even 100 million euros if Luis Diaz keeps his high value. So inside Bayern there is no denial of how the deal played out. The move is being presented publicly as a strong signing. Those involved know exactly how the negotiations unfolded. Liverpool dictated the terms, they protected their future interests and extracted maximum value from the transfer. Bayern paid heavily, agreed to a structure they did not design, and they came away with a player who may already be positioned for resale. So it was a deal done on Liverpool's terms in every sense. And that is absolutely fantastic insight by Bayern Space on X. I think Liverpool did pretty well with this transfer. And Santi Aouna, a journalist from France, is reporting that Crystal Palace rejected 2 offers from Liverpool for Marc Guehi. Crystal Palace want at least 55 million euros, which is around 45 million pounds, and Liverpool do not intend to spend that much, and they are planning to move on to other targets. And this just shows how rich Premier League clubs are, like Crystal Palace, that they can basically say we are not selling Guehi for 40 million, even though he has 1 year left on his contract, because it's worth more to us if he stays for 1 more year and leaves on a free transfer, which is very bold move. And it's especially bold given that Crystal Palace rejected 70 million pounds for Marc Guehi in January. They value him very, very highly. I don't understand why, but because yes, he's a good player, but he's definitely not that good that he's worth 45 million with 1 year left on his contract. But let me know. You feel free to disagree with me. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.